Hello. Hey Hope. Hey Akira. Hello. Guys, I'm going to eat. I don't know how you call it in English. Is it tangerine? In Spanish, we call it mandarina. I'm going to eat one of these. Um, because I had a birthday celebration, a birthday party last night, and I went as a guest, but also as a tarot reader. So I did plenty of readings in that party. So I'm like, it's not that I'm like hangover, but I'm still recovering energetically. Isa mana. A spirit drunk. Yeah, you know that they offer me drinks. There was a lot of drinks they offered me while I was about to do the rinse. I was like, no, I cannot. Maybe later, after I was done, but not in the meanwhile. Tangerine. No, tangerine. Gracias, Akira. It's a tangerine. I don't know. I think that they have something because we used to have a tree in my house that it was of mandarins, and yes, they were smaller, but now these one that are sold in the stores are huge. Nevertheless, even though they look huge and pretty and everything, they lack flavor. They are not that sweet. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Cute. Mm-hmm. Oranges are bigger. Yeah, this looks, but it's not. In comparison to orange, it's not that. Just that I need to hydrate myself. I actually, it's so bad that I wasn't able to take a picture because my friend has a cat. She has two, but the youngest one is a yellow cat, um, and he was sleeping next to me while I was doing the readings. Like he came over, like he inspected the whole situation, and then and I had beside me my coat, and he slept on my coat. He spent while I was there. He spent there by my side, just sleeping on the top of my things, of my belongings. So I believe that's a beautiful animal that also helped me transmute the energy of the people that because I was like, you know, I was taking their questions or their requests like one after the other, because actually my cousin was like, "Aren't you exhausted? Do you want to take a break?" And I was like, "No, I need to keep going. Once I'm done, I can stop, but I cannot stop the flow of the reading." Same the way I do here with you guys when I read for idols is the same. You know that I don't stop unless I have to get up and get something or I have to go and do something because my cats need something. But you know that I try to continue. because it's a kind of rhythm. It's something that is moving, and it has to be like done in the moment. Like if I stop, it's not the same. He was helping me absorb the energy. Actually, I feel so bad for that cat because um, he lost an eye, because I believe that, because it's a male cat, and you know that males cat, they tend to pee everywhere, like they in their pee, their liquid, it's very smelly, it's very specific, and it leaves a very nasty smell. They do that to, because they are territorial. This is why I have female cats, because they don't do that. But I believe that, according to what this person told me, I kind of get the story that her husband got upset and the person kicked the cat. They kicked the cat because the cat pee the bed, so they kicked the cat, and all of a sudden the cat has a missing eye. So they took it to the bed and everything, but the cat has a missing eye. So like it's like they shut it, like the place. But yeah, so I don't know. I was so upset when I heard, when she told me, because you know that I'm a cat person, but it's not just about the cat. For me, if it's a dog, if it's an animal in general, I feel like, you know, if you cannot hold your impulses, you know, don't hurt the animal, because a cat is not going to lose their eye because you push them. There's another kind of force in there. Um, yeah, yeah. But I cannot talk. I mean, I don't know if the guy was drunk. If he apologized, he took accountability. He took the cat right away to the bed. He he did everything so the cat like would be okay. The cat is okay, is living with them, and this had never happened before. Like it had never happened again, like this kind of violence. But every time I look at the cat and I see that he doesn't have his eye, I'm like, it's a constant reminder. You know, I think that it's something like you look at it and it's like a proof that something happened. And sometimes when people are like this with animals, you know, I don't want to judge, but yeah, I feel the same, Samara. I feel the same. But the cat is doing great. Like, is being his goofy self. You know, like the typical orange cat. The orange cats are wild, I've been told. So he's just, you know. Yeah. But they had another cat before that. They have a female cat, and that cat is a princess. Like that cat is so spoiled. Like it's so beautiful as the center. It's so spoiled. But this one, I don't know. Maybe because it's the first time that they have this kind of cat, like a male cat, and you know how they are. My dad also gets upset at my cats when they scratch the couch and everything, but you know he always like yells at them. He never like attempts to, be aggressive. He just like yells at them, and the cats already know. They know, but they do what they want anyways. Like they wait for him to be gone, and they go back and scratch it anyways. but but yeah. The orange ones are insane. I think him climb. They had, I don't know, it was some kind of rack where you put the wine bottles. They had it like decorations on the wall. I don't know how they, well, I sort of guessed how he did it. He jumped on the top of the fridge, and then he sort of calculated the distance, and he was like, here I go, here I go, here I go, and he jumped. And not only he broke all the bottles that were like hanging in there, it's wild. That cat is wild. It's super wild. It's so wild. Yeah, yeah, actually, like, I'm not that close with them. I heard because my friend told me what happened. But she told me like 2 months, like 2 months after it happened. So, and first of all, she didn't want to tell me because she knows that I have cats and how close I am with my cats. So I think that she didn't want to tell me because of that, because she knew that I would get very, very upset. Um, but yeah, she told me alone. She let time pass to tell me. What do you think about animals as a spiritual totems? I think that yeah, they are very, very healing. Um, I had I'm not that, like, I don't have much like paranormal experiences, but I do remember that um, after I broke up with a boyfriend that I had when I was very young, um, he was so resentful. He was so resentful, and he sort of like he said he was going to put a curse on me, so I wouldn't find a partner and whatever. Like, it's not an unusual thing to say in a conversation when you are angry, but there's people that wish you the worst, or they wish you evil, or and we here in Latin America, we are very much about, like, it's not so much about curses, but people are religious, and people know about black magic and all those things on Latin American side. Um, and he was very resentful that I was breaking up with him. Um, and like, I remember I gathered all his stuff, and I gave it to him. The last time I saw him, like, I gave him everything that it was his, that it was at my place, but he never gave me my things back. Never, never. Like, he kept them. Um, and I remember, like, yeah, I was just going back to my life. Everything was okay. And then I started noticing my cat. She was very, very ill all of a sudden. She was very ill. Like, she started like crying for help. That she was very ill, and we took her to the bed, and it was like she had a problem in her stomach, like, I don't know, like a dislocation, I don't know of what organ exactly. I want to say base, but I don't know if that's the correct term in English, but here we call it baso. um, and I don't know, it was the thing is that in 2 days she got into a coma, and I had to leave her like at the bed a whole night. And then when I came back, like the next morning, she was already dead. She was already gone. He was like, there was nothing I could do. She was already in coma. And for me, it was like a roller coaster of emotions because I was very attached to the cat. Um, and I remember I had a friend, I had a coworker that she believed in energies and everything. And she was like, the cat absorbed the curse that your ex was sending to you. And I was so angry. I was so upset because I don't believe in those things. Like honestly, I think that if you start to believe so much in that, you can actually give it more power. And for me, it was like, with a course or without a course, I wouldn't have stayed with the person, so I don't care. Like I feel sorry for them if that's how they feel. But seeing it really how I felt like my cat was affected, I felt like a part of me died with them, like because she was fine. She didn't have any health issues before. She was an indoor cat, never went like to another roof or just exploring. So in there, I was like, yeah, I kind of like I think that I look at it back now and I'm like, yeah, it can be. Maybe that's what happened. But in the moment, I was so numb in the pain that I was like, I don't care. I don't think it is. And also, I think that also talking about with a friend that she believes in energies and everything. She's a Reiki master. She's the one that taught me how to do Reiki. She also believes that probably if you have something done, like it's very normal for you to dismiss it, or it is like part of the symptom that the person that you're supposed to be distrustful of, or you're supposed to be like, maybe it was that person. You actually don't see it. You are like, no, I'm sure everything is okay. No, I know, I don't believe. I don't believe. No, no, I don't think that's the case. No, no. But yeah. And also, he knew how much I love the cat. So, yeah, for me, if you mess with animals, I meet people who, though they don't believe in that, they experience weird things. And after trying everything, it still doesn't go away, and they keep cleansing or whatever they try. And yeah, it was. Yeah, I've always, like, guys, I sage all the time. I wear crystals. This is how I deal with, maybe exchanging energy with others, that I work with people. So I am in contact with other people's energy. But at the same time, I also met very heavy, resentful people that probably, for me, it's like, well, I'm over them. I don't think of them, and maybe they do think of me, or they do have a sort of attachment, that maybe for me was like, oh yeah, like if this wasn't working, um, but yeah, that's also I believe that we always have to be very careful in who we let into our lives, friends, partners, because if these people, like, you tell them a no, or you tell them like it's over, and they get like this, it's like, yeah, For me, it's, do you know, Akira, the saint, I don't know how it's pronounced in English, but it's the Catholic saint, San Benito. Do you know him? I had worn, because or either I bought it, or I was given as a gift, like bracelets with the image of no, I'm going to write it. Wait. Yeah. And you know, I always lose it. I always like the bracelet. It breaks. It breaks. And that saint, that Catholic saint, is supposed to be the one that sort of like helps you get rid of curses, or bad energy, blockages. So yeah, sometimes energy is crazy, guys. But I also think that for me, the best way to maybe fight a blockage, or if someone wishes you to be unwell and all of these things, is to keep advancing. If you start moving in life, even if you don't feel your best, but if you continue moving, then you set yourself free from those things. Because I believe that maybe what these people want is to see you like laying in bed all day, not doing anything, just being like, isolated, just being like in your room, not seeing people, not seeing anyone, not talking to anyone, not talking about how you feel. This is what they want. They sort of want you to stop feeling the sort of like the fire of life, the fire of being alive, feeling that fuel, that something, that spirit, that you are like, okay, I have to keep going. I have to keep going. Yeah, I don't feel my best. I feel tired. I feel drained. I don't really feel like going out, or I don't really feel like seeing these people. I don't want to go to work. But you have to keep living. You have to keep living. This is what I believe, and I think that works. But if you start feeling pity for yourself, and if it persists in time, then you are in trouble. You're sort of giving them the pleasure of seeing you fail. You are giving them what they want. They don't want you to succeed. They want you to get stuck. They want you to be lonely. And maybe if you feel lonely and if you feel lost, then if they want you back, they are like, oh, okay, so now I got her. Now that she's alone, now that she's feeling sorry for herself, I'm sure she's going to reach out to me. If it breaks or disappears because it has already absorbed so much, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you have to continue having it. For me, I think that maybe it's because I'm a earth sign, but I do feel better when there's a lot of plants in my house, in my garden. Root, I don't know how is it, Akira, ruda in English? Is it root? The plant? I always forget how it's, but those I always have in my doorsteps, like near my door, my front door. I have rue. I have rosemary, a snake plant. I believe it's also rude. um, Aloe as well, the plant of aloe. Um, my mom used to love roses. She was and it's so for me. My garden is where I feel her presence. I feel like she's still in the garden, because for example now we have a plant of red roses, and we are in winter, and they are not supposed to be blossoming. They are not supposed to be like giving flowers. And rue. Thank you. Yeah, rue. Yeah, it's an herb. It's very smelly. It's a strong smell, but energetically, it's really good to have it for protection. Um, and we're in winter, and I do have like red roses. Red roses are blossoming, and I'm like, those roses are my mom, because my mom's favorite color was red, and she loves her roses. So it's nice. It's nice to have those things. Like I think that nature is, and you know, I never actually paid attention to these things, because I would always be busy, like coming and going from work and other places, that I never had the experience to actually be at home, be present. I mean, like, oh yeah, this is in my corner. Oh, look at this plant. Oh, look what this is growing. And ever since the pandemic happened and we had to stop, I started observing and appreciating more plants in my house. A smoky quartz crystal helped me during a time of psychic attacks. Group with malintent. I love smoky quartz. You know that I didn't, wait if I have it here. I don't know if yeah, I do have it. I went to a yoga center that they used to do these sessions with singing bowls. Those were in groups. So you had people like playing the singing bowls, and they would do like some cleansing with it, and you would be sleeping, on the yoga mat. You would be like sort of like on your back, with your eyes closed, and you would just be listening to the sounds. And in there, they used to sell also like a lot of crystals and just different things. And I chose, out of all of them, I chosen this. And I didn't know. I mean, I knew about quartzes, but I never knew about a smoky quartz. And I chose this out of all of them. This in here, it has a smoky quartz. It's a smoky quartz. And back then, I just like, I saw it hanging with the others, and I was like, this one I want. I want this one. But I didn't know it was a smoky quartz. Actually, like, I had to ask my teacher, my teacher, that I had several courses about crystals, and I showed her, and I was like, what stone is this? Because I have no idea. I just pick it out of intuition. And she's like, that's some smoky quartz. Yeah, I love smoky quartz. But yeah, that's the first time I heard of its properties as well. Because I remember that we had a lot of classes with her about quartzes, but crystals, sorry, about crystals in general. But there was a lot of crystals, and there was a lot that she was teaching me, that it was like an intensive course of, I don't know, like it was, I believe it was 2 days, 4 hours each, 4 hours long each. So it was like a long teaching experience for me. And I remember she had a lot of crystals, and we would be talking about the differences between the fake ones, how to recognize a fake one with a normal one, you know, what kind of shape, you know, where they're from. So maybe she told me, but I I forgot. Yeah. And this one, this is like a bracelet that I have that is made of different crystals. Like I had chosen the crystals. There's the pink, I love pink, like pink quartz. This is not tourmaline, aquamarine, I believe this is. This is a kind of amethyst also. And this is so, like, this was done so strongly, because actually, like, I had my godson when he was a baby, and I would carry him. He would like hold on very tight to this. He is a Scorpio, so he is like a very strong, intense baby. And if I would wear, you know, like a crystal on my neck, or if mostly this, he used to love this. Like, he would sit on top of me, he would be like this, and he would be grabbing my bracelet, and he would grab to it. But this wouldn't break. Like, I was like, okay, if he breaks it, like my cousin was like, no, don't let him touch it, because he's going to break it, because he wants to. And I'm like, he's a baby, let him, that he's grabbing on it, like, let him, and if it breaks, I will buy another one. But it never broke. Despite of him actually like hanging on very tight to this, it never broke. So it was very well made. It was very well made. Oh, hey Chachalina. Oh, other than the guys of the only day we could find cats. Well, I'm going to tell you guys who I have in my list. I have a mix, but I don't know, maybe we can see. First of all, I have to read for Lucas, like Lucas Wong. Someone has requested, like, since it's been a while since I pulled cards for him. Which I'm still thinking about the reading that I did for him, because actually I remember in the reading I said that they were going to give him something by the end of the year, but it was going to be, you know, like sort of giving him something to work on. But then he had the comeback right away after I said that. So I'm still like, you know, like thinking about the reading. I'm like, because I don't think I got it right. Because I was like sort of seeing that they would give him a song or something to just like throw a bone at him and be like, here, this is for you. And then he would disappear. But that didn't, like, at least the way I said it is not how actually it went down for him. Actually, he came back, like, I remember I believe in February, and then he had a comeback on March or April. And he has been around. So I don't know what I saw back then. I will have to review that reading again, because I want to know what I got wrong. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did give him. Uh huh. Oh, I have to add Leah now that she's back. Mm. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy she's back. I saw a TikTok, but I don't know. I have to see what I got differently. But yeah, so he sort of has been like a bit like MIA, a bit. Okay, yeah, I have him. Then I have Riize, friendship reading between Riize, Anton, and Sohee. Then I have actor Gong Yoo. Is it pronounced Gong Yoo or Gongu? Is it Gong Yoo? When I call him Gong Yoo, the, the the goblin actor. Um, then I have Kiss of Life Belle to read for her. Then I have these members of TWS that I search online, and it says that this group is pronounced TWS. Does anyone know if this is accurate? If this is how it's pronounced, this group, TWS? I have these members, Shinyu, and Dohoon. I just call them TWS. Yeah, for me it's TWS, but well, that group. I have to read for the members Shinyu and Dohoon. Then I have the group UNIS, and then I have this other group that is called YOUNG POSSE. YOUNG POSSE. Or Pose. YOUNG Pose. For me, it's YOUNG POSSE. And then I added Leah. The full name is 24 Hours with Us. Hence, TWS. Posse is right. Okay. See, I'm playing with the lights again. What is a day without me not playing with the lights? But you know, since I have the daylight in there here. And the ring light is working, but because I turned it on like 1 hour ago, like 2 hours ago, I leave it on just in case. I was like, oh, it's working, let's leave it on. Okay, Nina. You know, Koreans with a play on English words don't make sense. Yeah. Also, like, when you also are not that fluent in English, it's like you start questioning, like, is there a part that I don't understand? I don't want to judge, but I'm sort of seeing like I'm not understanding what they're talking about. But also I noticed that because yesterday I was like pulling cards in presence, like face to face. I started noticing why I don't do many face to face tarot readings with people. They give me headache. They do give me headache, and they, like, I just left with a huge back pain. Like I felt all the energy, it's in here, all the energy was here. Very heavy. It feels very heavy. Very tense. It's just that when you do these sort of dynamics, when you have like a limited amount of time to do readings for a lot of people, there's a lot of things that are left without saying, because usually when I have a client, like I take my time and and I also listen to them, and because also the clients, like usually people that ask, like also they want to tell me, like, what they're feeling, or like if there's an interpretation, I say something, they also take the time to be like, oh yeah, this is happening, oh yeah, this is like, and I have to listen to them. I cannot be like, wait, let me finish the reading. Like, it's also their moment, and usually when I record the readings, I can just like, do the reading until the end with no interruptions. But when you have them in front of you, you have to, dance with them. You have to regulate, what they say, what they want to say, what you're listening, There's people that get emotional, that they start crying. And I also have to give them their moment, to express themselves. Yeah, people are just like very tired, like emotionally. They are very, very sensitive. They like they feel very misunderstood. So yeah. So yeah, there has to be a proper moment. And when you have these dynamics in the sort of birthday party, it's like, it's very odd, but is what people do these days. Usually like tarot is very popular, like, so, you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to pull some cards, but then things get serious, because the cards don't play. The cards, the tarot is still the tarot. It doesn't matter where you are. Like, it's not because we are in a party, all of a sudden the tarot is going to get festive. Like, and also, one of the things that I assured my friend, I was like, I'm not usually someone that gives like bad news, or like don't be scared. Like, I'm not going to say something to ruin someone's life, or not life but night. So don't worry, I'm not that type of tarot reader that I'm going to deliver something that is going to hurt them. But what I see, I'm going to say it the way I see it. But yeah, probably the people wanted the moment to be longer, wanted their moment to be like. But yeah, when there's other people waiting, it has to be very fast. Like 5 minutes each. I never got in reading because it scares me a little bit. The K-pop stuff is interesting, but I don't know. I'm ready to hear whatever comes my way. Yeah, I have my hairdresser, she is like this. She is like this. And she's always like, I don't want to know. And she is, at the end, she got it a reading from me. But every time we have a conversation, she's like, I don't want to know my future. And we expand a bit on it. You know, we talk about it. Like, I also I'm like, that's great that you don't want to know. It's, you know, there's not a rule that is like you have to get a tarot reading. If you don't feel like comfortable knowing, you don't want to know, that's also very valid. That's also very valid. But also, I think that there's this weird preconception that people think that you can pull cards when you are going through something or when you are having trouble. But actually, no. Like the tarot, there's no need for you to have an issue to be like, oh, I'm going to pull the cards because I have an issue with this and I want to know. No, you can also pull it just like to see what's available, you know, like a card for the week or a card for the month. You know, a simple message, you know, it doesn't have to be that deep. But also because people feel pressured. I have clients that initially they were like, I don't know what to ask. I don't know what to ask. I don't know. And I'm like, it's okay that you don't know what to ask. Like, we will see another way. Like, there's, you know, I adapted to the person. Give me another year and I might be ready. Yeah. There's people that are like, I don't want to know. My mom, that she was a Scorpio, she was totally against these things. She would always be like, why are you so interested in reading cards and astrology and all of that? Because she's like, if it's because of me, I don't want to know. I don't want to know the future. But for me, I've always find it fascinating. Cards, tarot cards. But I think that that's also because, you know, sometimes there's some tarot readers that they are very exaggerated, especially the ones that are like old school, like the typical old lady. Like, I remember there was some that when I was a teenager, we would go to these places with my friends, and then they all would always talk about accidents, someone that is dying. So of course you don't want to hear about it. Of course you're like, no, I don't want that person to pull my cards. No, please, no. But my mom, I think that she was very psychic. She was very psychic herself. I remember I was very worried because I didn't study for a test. And I remember she was taking me to school. We were walking to the school. And I was like, oh, I didn't study, or I didn't, there was something that I had to deliver and I didn't have it. And she was like, oh, but don't worry, maybe the teacher won't come today. Like the teacher won't go to school today. And you know that the teacher didn't go to school. She called in sick. I swear, I told her and she couldn't even believe it herself. She was like, oh, well, like she just said it casually. And also back then when I was very young, like, you know, there weren't like a communication like, oh no, someone called my mom on the phone and they were like, you know, the teacher is not going to attend or the class is going to be, you know, like suspended or something. No, there wasn't anything like this. Nah, you have to get to the institution place, and in the building you would hear things like whether like a teacher would come, and usually she wouldn't miss a class. She was a very rigorous person. You know, the teachers that I had were very like committed teachers. You know, they wouldn't miss a class. And she was also very strict with, you know, timelines, you know, like if you had to submit a test or something like this. Like she was very like. That's why I was scared, because I was like, oh, I didn't study for that, or I didn't finish. I don't know. I think that it was like a project, something that I had to sort of present, and I didn't have it. And I was worried. And she said that, and it came true. And I was like, how old was I? I was like 8 or 9. 8 or 9 I was. And I swear that I told her, like, the teacher didn't come. No, I swear, guys, no. No, but she said it like, and I think that this is definitely shows when you are very talented, because she just said it like, I don't know, maybe she said it to make me feel less pressured, but it came true. Unintentional manifestation. Yeah, Scorpios can be very conservative despite their adventurous reputation. Yeah, she was against, like, she is like she was the kind of person that was like, what is a mystery? Leave it a mystery. Leave it a mystery. But for me, it's not so much like that. For me, it's like, for me, knowledge is power, but not in a sense of, like, oh, because I read the tarot, I have control over my life and my future. No, we don't. We don't have control over what is going to happen. No, those things we live. We have to go through this ourselves. But the cards also give you like some kind of advice of how things are doing and what it can come out of this. So I think that it's good to go deep and just like, what the symbols are saying. For me, it's all about the symbolism. I've always been very curious of symbols. Like, I don't know. I just think that for me, I've always been very observant of symbols. Symbols, like something on the street that I saw that caught my eye. Like I'm very visual. And it seems like like people that see like these numbers, these consecutive numbers or these repetitive numbers, that they call it like angel numbers. I think that if you pay attention, there's something. There's like a connection between these coincidences and what you're going through. And I don't believe like magical thinking and all of this, but if you observe, there's a lot of signs. There's a lot of things, The other day, I forgot to tell you guys. The other day, I was scrolling through Google Pictures. The Google that they sort of save the pictures that you took years ago, and I remember I pulled. It was in 2020, it was in the first months of the pandemic. I believe it was like April of 2020. And from the Oracle of Past Lives, I pulled the card of, one of the cards was Asia. And it had the picture of a Buddha in that. Then I'm going to screenshot it and I'm going to show it to you. It had another card next to it. I don't remember now. But it has like the word Asia. And I saw it yesterday. And I was like, who knew, right? Because in 2020, like, yeah, I knew of K-pop, but I didn't know much about K-pop or Korea or Korean culture. Or other Asian countries that are also involved in the entertainment. And looking back and also like reflecting where I am now, that I'm sort of working, creating this community where we all have this thing in common, that it has to do with Asian artists. And like in 2020, like it didn't even cross my mind. Like, oh, I'm going to create a channel for Asian artists, or to read for them. and I'm like, wow, like I'm like suddenly that old picture, like it sort of like unblocked a memory, and I was like, wow, I came a long way. I came a long way because probably I pull it. Um, I pulled that card like just to pull to see something about the oracle is for past lives. And probably I pulled it, I took the picture, and I was like, oh, maybe this means that I was born, in one of my past lives, I was born in Asia. Um, and, but I didn't see the deepness like of that. But now seeing what I'm doing with that, now I'm so into the Korean or the Asian uh, culture and everything that they do with the music, with the artists, and I'm like, wow, who knew? Who knew? Mm. I used to bring in tarot readers and astrologers for a special occasion. It's stressful for them to do such quick readings with everyone naturally wanting more. It was more than entertainment. Yeah, that's how I felt, Hope, definitely. Yeah, I felt like time wasn't enough. Yeah, I felt like also the music was loud, so I was a bit like, I tried to give my best. But they were so grateful. Okay. I'm going to start. I have Luna, my assistant, here. Like, definitely she's here because the heater again is here. She's not here because she is um, as if she wants to help me in any way. No, she's here because the heater is in there. So yeah. I don't know if I can show her to you because she's sleeping, but you. She's asleep. She's asleep. She was sleeping. She's like, why did you wake me up of my nap? uh, really? I see her tiny. I see her very skinny these days. I notice that she's super skinny these days. Well, that's because she has allergies, she has all these things in her skin, and there's days where she looks better. Now her fur is looking better, but she eats a lot. She eats a lot, but she looks skinny. Like, I don't know why I feel like like Negrita is very much like heavy. She is a huge cat. Like the other day I was holding her and like her belly is this one is more like a slim, but Negrita has like a belly like this. I'm like, Negrita and I, we are the same person. We are both. We have both bellies. Like told, my cat will hate me if I pick him up. He's very, Yeah, she is also, she is not affectionate also. No, 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 she's not. She doesn't like to be held for a long period. No, she's just a moment. And I also, I got her off guard because she was sleeping. But she actually is very, she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. She's like let me go. But she's not going to get aggressive. She's probably going to start meowing like she doesn't like it. But she's not aggressive. My cat is fallen tall. He's a giant. Yeah, cats are huge. Like, I remember I had one that people were like, "Oh, your cat is pregnant." No, it's a male. They always would make fun of my cat, thinking that he was a female. Um, the one that I told you, Akira, that is called like yours. That his name was Tommy as well, and he was like huge, like very like he would always sleep like with his belly up. So people were like amazed, like, "Oh, look at that cat! It's huge." One time the neighbor cat came to ask for a cat when my cat would give birth. He's just a fat boy. No. No, they already were like deciding, how can you give me kitties? No. Those people. These neighbors are so judgmental. No. The assumptions that they make on these cats, they wanted a kitten. Oh. Oh my God. People are hilarious. Okay, guys, I'm going to start with Lucas. Okay. She was a teen. She was so excited, but she got one, and it's an orange cat. Ah, cute. Lucas is working a lot. He's practicing a lot, I guess. He probably could it be that he also is going to have a comeback, or he's going to have like something new coming up? Because I see him, I don't know, why do they keep treating him like he's a trainee? Because I got all these pages, so but yeah, I can sort of see him also fighting to get a more stable and but yeah, the guy is very hardworking. What can I say? We start with the Age of Pentacles for Lucas. Age of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. And then from the other deck, we have the card of the Lovers, Duality. So yeah, I think that yeah, definitely he wants to show people more. I see him working on something, like also like he's working his way of communication as well. I think that he's like, okay, I have to learn how to communicate better. I don't know if it's talking in front of a camera or just like talking more or creating more content for the fans. Does he have an like I don't know if he is very fluent in Korean. Actually, I never like I remember I watched like a clip of his channel when he was promoting, but I don't know, is he good in Korean? Because I see him studying, like, and I think that language is a huge part where he's focusing on, like, not only the language but also the way he communicates with people. Maybe the company is like pushing this. They are like, okay, you need to I don't know, be a better communicator, or just showing much more like excitement when you talk, like do not leave moments of silence, sort of like oratory, that we were talking the other day about, the ability to communicate, to entertain, and yeah, it's all about him alone, like since he's in this role of being a soloist, everything that he's doing is doing it on his own. It's like all is in him. But actually, he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind at all. It's just that I think that eventually he's going to start demanding to be treated with much more respect. I think that he's very hardworking, but also he's like, I'm not a child. Like, this is not the first time I do this. Like, I actually have experience. I am a king of swords. Like, actually, like, I am much more mature, or I am maturing. So please stop treating me like a child, or stop treating me like a trainee. Like, I know what I'm doing. And I think that he definitely wants to be treated and respected for his age or his experience. I don't know if maybe there's something about people just treating him like a child, and being like, oh yeah, you the guy that are just starting. And he's like, no, actually, like yeah, this is my journey, my individual process. This is me being a soloist, but I am a man. Like, I am a king. I'm not, he definitely is adapting. He's been humble. He's been, I think that there's something about him just being very humble. He just doesn't want to be perceived as inconsiderate, or that he doesn't value these opportunities. So he's like the type of person that he's like, or at least these past months, he has been very modest, very like, keeping his head down and just keep working and working on the details. And he's like, okay, do you want me to practice more? I will go and practice more. There's something about him, all these past months, he had been very tolerant, very respectful. Also, he wants to be very respectful to the people that work with him. He's like, okay, you guys, whatever you want me to do, I will be there, and he's practicing a lot. But at the same time, there's this feeling of him really wanting to go back to his glory days, maybe, of him being just like, I think that it has to do with him being much more in control, and also people respecting his name a bit more, or respecting him a bit more. I don't know why people, like, I feel like people want to make him, like, people want to belittle him, like, oh yeah, you're just like the guy that are just starting. For him it's like, no, I actually, like, I am bigger. I have this talent, I have this. But also with the Seven of Cups, I think that probably his expectations of what he wants to achieve as an artist, probably he's not being very realistic. Probably there's something about him just not him thinking that he can go back very fast to this, to be this amazing King of Swords, and just being much more assertive. I think that he can try, but there's something with the Seven of Cups that maybe the audience is like, you really think that you're all that? Or you really think that the company is going to give you is going to help you, like, stand out? Or actually, like, there's something about also the company, like, not like I said in the prior reading, that I was like, I'm not sure about what I read back then, but I feel like it's not that the company gives him, like, small opportunities, but I think that they give him enough. They give him what they have available. And now with the Seven of Cups, probably in his mind he's like, no, but I'm going to have much more opportunities in the future, and actually these are all promises. Him probably thinking that he's going to be in control, or being this famous as he used to be, or his image being as impactful as he was before. I think that is still in the uncertainty. It's a dream that he has. He has a dream of showing a much more prideful self. He wants to show more maturity. But I think that probably for me, they're not going to give him the opportunity to shine that bright. It's like, yeah, they give him something to work with. But it's not that like, wow, like look your comeback, look, this is fancy, or oh, this is amazing, or oh, look at the technology. It's not going to be like this. Probably they promised him that he will get it, because he has been preparing himself a lot. So definitely he wants something. And also probably Lucas also has like the star quality. It's not that he's been the Lulu thinking that, oh, I want to be much more like successful. Actually, he has it. He has the everything. It's just that probably there's this sense of like he's not seeing the reality of that maybe things are not going to be the luxurious for him. That there's a lot of promises, but there's not much stability in here. And since seeing this King of Swords, this Page of Swords, he could also like start having arguments about it. Like, oh, you guys told me that I was going to get this and I didn't get it at the end. So him also starting to feel a bit like what is going on in here? Like, you had me all these years in the dungeon practicing, and what do you give me? Like, what is this? But yeah, with the card of the Lovers duality, I think that the circumstances that Lucas is in is very dual still. Is very Latin American moment, of course. You have the salesperson screaming. But with the Lovers, there's this feeling of like that what oh my God. Dios, my God. There's this feeling of like they are very dual on what they give Lucas. It's not like they are rejecting Lucas. It's not that they are like ignoring Lucas. But at the same time, there's like, okay, yeah, we give you this, but then we take it. We take something away from you. So it's like, yeah, we're so excited to have you with us or to have you back. But then there's this part that you're like, are you really doing your best for Lucas' sake, or to improve his image, or to improve his comeback? Like, I think that there's like this, and even it can come from the fans. Like, I don't think the fans, but probably is the general audience that is like, yeah, we are not like, oh yeah, Lucas is there, but at the same time, I do not know what to think of Lucas, even if the situation is already like, if there's like a resolution, or people already cleared things, and it's like, oh yeah, this happened, this is the resolution. But they have this duality of like, yeah, I think that I like him, I kind of don't like him, or I like what he does, but at the same time, I don't like what he does. So it's like this very unstable moment. I think that this is moments where probably he's also noticing that people are not very authentic towards Lucas. He maybe had this idea or vision that people would be more excited to see him come back. And I think that there's something about them being very, also not giving Lucas the proper feedback. you know, there's something about them keeping the hopes up for Lucas, you know, being like, oh yeah, don't worry, everything is great. Like the next time you're going to come back stronger. Like it's going to be much more a huge hit than it wasn't the last time. You know, they're feeding his fantasies or his illusions. But actually, I think that he's also starting to see that maybe, you know, there's not much stability in here. I think that it's all about, no. That is all much more about these people wanting to be polite with him and not reject him, so they tell him nice things, but they're not entirely honest about like the reality of his career or the status of his career. They probably are not giving him, or they are not showing him the real numbers, or they are not showing him the real feedback, or they don't let him see it, and he's slowly starting to see. But yeah, people also denying it, you know, him probably being like, oh yeah, I suspect that, you know, this is how the people think of me. And they're like, no, you're exaggerating, that's not true. It's what? Yeah. It's what? He's beautiful, but I'm not sure his skill will get him far as a soloist. Yeah, I think that the people around him are not being honest with him. They are not giving him like, they want to keep him like sort of in the darkness. Like they want to keep feeding illusions. Like, oh, you will make it next time. Yeah, next time is going to be much more great. Like, yeah, she almost like knocked down my ring light. She was like scratching her her whiskers. Okay, I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue with Riize, Anton, and Sohee friendship. Riize, Anton, and Sohee. Oh, they really like each other. They love each other. I like it. Anton and Sohee. Are they close in age or? Yeah. Okay, from Anton's perspective, we have the King of Cups, the World card, and the Ace of Pentacles. Very loving. And from Sohee's side, we have the Two of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. So I love it. And then they got the relationship as overall, we have the Two of Pentacles, priorities. I think that they really like each other. And they are very supportive. They are very supportive. I feel like Anton is much more like, much more supportive in the sense of like, he's very honest. Emotionally, if he likes you or he doesn't like you, he's going to tell you right away. But definitely with the World card and the Ace of Pentacles, I think that he is a great supporter of Sohee's potential. He's like the one that is like, you got this, you can do this. Like, okay, let's finish this project or this schedule, and then like let's advance in our careers. I see him like a sort of career advisor, because actually he wants, like, he's such a good friend that he wants Sohee to be successful. I don't know if he sort of gives him advice about how Sohee has to manage his individual appearances or his individual projects. Um, yeah, but he's like, let's go. Like, let's go for the success. You got this. You got this. But like the one that is very much more proactive, but he goes towards Sohee with his heart open. So I think that he's a very authentic man. He's a very authentic guy. Both of them are like these guys. Like, it's been a while since a friendship reading that I got these very luminous cards. There's no in here. There's no secrecy. There's no hashing. There's no second intentions. No, they are just very open. They are very open and authentic, very open and authentic. And I think that they rely on each other a lot, but from a place of, like, I don't know if each one of them have like to be separated because they do individual activities, but they wish, like, from the bottom of their hearts, they wish each other well. They are like, I hope you do great. I hope you get this opportunity. I want this for you. Like, keep advancing, like being each other's like best supporter, I would say. Also from Sohee, we have the Two of Wands, also about planning, like the Ten of Cups, and the Chariot. Definitely from Sohee's perspective about maybe what he can achieve individually, he's like, okay, I do this, guys, because I want you. I want us to do well. I want our group to do well. I really want us to do well. So he's much more, he doesn't think about himself individually. He's not selfish at all. He just thinks that he needs opportunities, or he needs to be recognized more, or do things outside the group more, so people can get to know more the group. It's like, okay, if I show up out there and if I do individual things, it's because I want people to get into Riize. I want people to know us, and also I want people to know that we are a family, or that we have a great chemistry, or that our team is great, our teamwork is great. But he's so loving, he's so selfless. He thinks in terms of community. He doesn't think of like, oh yeah, because I want to achieve this for myself. No, 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 nothing at all. He wants the success to be an impact on the group, and to give the group a good image. I think that both of them, what they do have in common, first of all, that both of them are very positive. And we know that Riize has been going through a lot of things. But I think that in this point in their dynamic and in their friendships, it's like, let's keep advancing with our hearts open. Like, let's keep giving of ourselves. Let's keep giving the best. And hopefully the people will take it and they will fall in love with us. There's something about them just being like this, being very open, being very vulnerable. There's something about them just being like, yeah, we really want to bring happiness. Like, in these moments where, I don't know if I don't think there's criticism, but definitely these two members, when their energies are together, they don't worry. They don't worry. I know I read for other Riize members, and definitely I see that they do worry a lot. Like, they're like, I hope I do everything perfectly. I hope I don't mess up, because I don't want to mess up, because I don't want to like affect the group. But in this case, these two are much more optimistic. They are much more like, yeah, here I go. I will go and do my thing, and hopefully this will create a good impact on the group. They are so loving, so loving, so loving. And also Sohee, is he the Magne? I believe he's the Magne. But Sohee is so enthusiastic for the future. He finishes the reading with the Chariot. So definitely for him, it's all about like going forward. It's like, I am just being me. This is my personality. This is what I have available to give to the audience, and I will continue working. I will try to give positivity, even in moments where people are like worried about other things. From my part, I try to build a great relationship with the members, and I try to be present for them. I think that both of them, they really like each other. There's a very fraternal vibe here. And they want each other to succeed. They want each other to do well. And also the Two of Pentacles. In here, the keyword is priorities. So also the Two of Pentacles for me is a card of, the beginning of some movement or change, and I think that for them it's like in their friendship, they feel like, they are slowly moving to be in a better place in their connection. And probably as a group, and I think that these guys are worried about the group. Honestly, they don't think about themselves individually. They think about the group. They think about Riize and how every little thing that they do can impact the group image. So in the case of them, here we have the keyword of priorities. So I think that they are trying to bring change, to bring like, okay, we don't have the answers, like we are not perfect, we are not the perfect, like we are just starting, but at the same time we have priorities. And the priorities is that we are, first of all, that in this dynamic that both of them are doing well, that both of them are advancing, that both of them keep being real and honest about how they feel. They are very emotional, but also they are very visionary. They are all about the future. They are looking at what's ahead. They are not looking back and being resentful or regretful, like, oh my God, this didn't happen. No, these two members, like probably they get together and they're like, okay, what's next on our schedule? Let's review this. Do you want me to help you? Like, do you want me to help you rehearsal this? Do you want me to help you with this? I can help you. But they are like, let's take care of things instead of worrying. Priorities. The priorities is, okay, what do we have available today to work on? Okay, let's focus. Let's do this first. And then we can think about like all the things that we didn't get right. So they are very much about like keep advancing. They are so like their mindsets is like this. It's like, yeah, they have their insecurities as well, but when they are together, they are all about like priorities. Like, okay, what can I do? How can I improve with this little opportunity that I have? Okay, is this okay? I will do my best. Anton is a magnet. Okay. So he's a year older. I don't know why I thought that Sohee was a magnet, because he looks so magnet like. I don't know why, because Sohee's so cute, I was like, he must be the magnet. Very hardworking they are. Very hardworking. Okay, I'm going to continue with actor Gong Yoo. Hope I got the beggar's card. The beggar card. Oh my God, I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed when I was watching Possessed Love episode 4. And one of the tarot readers, before she went on a date, she pulled continuously, like different times, like she got the 5 of Pentacles. And she's like, oh, I got the beggar's card. Does that mean that he's poor? I was like, oh my God. You really don't know how to read the tarot. Please, please, please. Like, this is why I'm like, this is why I'm like, like watching the like the the little scenario in here is not like representative entirely of what is going on. It's not that literal. You have to also see the cards around it. And I believe that she has the after tarot, because when she showed it, it was something like this. And yeah, you see beggars here. Definitely the beggars are here. But this doesn't mean that the person is poor, like literally. Like, actually, this means lack of confidence or lack of interest. But yeah, I think that if the car follows her around, I mean, she picked the Nine of Wands. She picked the Nine of Wands. Remember, she pulled the Nine of Wands and she was so happy picking out of all the cards. She was like, this is the card that I don't want to let go of, the Nine of Wands. So yeah, you must be really fun for dates. But Vanessa, hasn't she only been doing it for a year? I think I read something that she only been doing it for a year or something. Yeah, and for example, like the other day I commented on a TikTok about the small Hannah, how I personally, I get very nervous. Like, yeah, one of the two tarot masters. Like, um, the way a small Hannah shuffles, it makes me very uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable personally. To me, like, I get very anxious the way she does this, and the cards jumped all over, and I get so anxious when she does this. And there was someone that responded to me, and they were like, oh, because she is a spiritual tarot reader, and this is why the cards like are supposed to come up like this, are supposed to jump out like this, and she is going to take them because she is not she the one that is reading it, but the deity inside of her is picking the cards, not the person. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, yeah. Yeah, I sort of read that it said a spiritual tarot reader. Yeah, I sort of understood what it meant. But at least, yeah, the shuffle is very weird. But when she was reading when she was ready for Gombo, when she was reading for him, the way she described the cards, it was very accurate. So definitely, a small Hannah knows the proper meanings of the tarot cards, because if you, like, I noticed how she explained to him what the single card means. So I was like, she knows the, but yeah. At this point, it was like 6 months. I tried to watch the show. I just couldn't get through. It was too stupid. She doesn't read in a spiritual sense. Yeah, actually, ever since Jaewon is not in there, I got really bored easily. Like, I don't know why. Maybe because they put so much expectation on who the blue dog was, and it was Jaewon. But I also think that I'm like, how come you get these people that they know that they are going to be on a dating show, and they get freaked out like this? They have these episodes in front of a camera, and they decide to leave. Like, didn't you had like a proper research about the endurance of these people, sort of letting them know how the experience is going to go, the pressures of or I mean, I think that they could have they could have like someone, for example, I don't know, like this person that is in the panel, that this person is like an expert, also an astrologer, a Sahu reader, a consultant. You could have someone like him just, going to talk to Jaewon about how he's feeling, about how he's so stressed and how he's so blocked and how he feels so bad. They could have arranged a meeting to talk to him, to sort of be like, okay, like let's talk, let's calm down, like I'm going to listen to you, and sort of like calming him down and allowing him to express. Maybe he was afraid, if he was conflicted, but yeah, this could have been solved with with a proper assistance, like someone being there for Jaewon, not just him being like, I want to get out of the house, I want to leave, and then being like, okay, yeah, give me the mic and go home. Because I think that probably, yeah, the guy was going through something, but maybe he had a proper conversation with someone that could guide him. He could maybe, express better how he was feeling. And this also not being maybe talking like not on camera, so it was like secret, but then him coming back. He could have coming back to the show after having, a talk. But I think that honestly, none of them know, nor the girls, nor the guys, like they don't, like, I just feel so bad for their choices, because at the same time I'm like, yeah, because there's not much interest in there. It's not interesting, the people that are in there. So it's like, yeah, they want to add the pressure of them competing with each other, but you have a man missing, like there's a member missing. You have the girls that therefore two are fixated on one guy and two are fixated on another guy. So it's like, yeah, there's one that is left in there, like in the middle. And I don't know, I think that, yeah, I also would be in the house. I probably would end up alone without no one, because they don't put the effort. They force them to go on dates, and the dates are so boring. They only talk about their jobs, and they don't go. Maybe for me, it has to do more with the personalities of them. The personalities. I don't like their personalities. I think that, and if I see it from an astrological point of view, yeah, I kind of think that it has to do with this, because you got, from the guys, two of them are Capricorn. Ijul is an Aries. That Ijul sort of like try to keep, the energy moving. But the other two Capricorns are too, like the Capricorn men are too high in their horses of like, oh yeah, like this woman is going to follow me because I'm popular and she picked me. And they don't make a move. Like, they are not as brave as Ijul. Well, then we have like Jaewon, that I believe that Jaewon was a Scorpio, but Jaewon, we got a very weak Jaewon, so a very weak Scorpio, so, also. The girls also, like you have the Scorpio that is the pretty shaman, that she's funny. She is funny. Like she kind of wants to be the protagonist always, which can be a bit annoying. But what can you do? If all the rest of the girls, they lock themselves in the room and they leave her out of it. So it's normal that she's talking with the guys only. The other that are obsessed with the cars. You have this one that is, I believe, is an Aries. The other one is a Sagittarius, and the other one is a Capricorn. That honestly, like they like. They do it for clout, to get famous. Yeah, maybe not much experience with personal feelings or relationships, but an abrupt departure may be more dramatic. Yeah, I thought Jaewon would return. Maybe he will return at some point. Maybe, because actually some people were like, maybe they will bring someone else, and they didn't bring someone new. The Capricorns being born. Yeah, those men, Those men are like, oh yeah, me. Like, no, no, like, so, like, they're not bad. Like, I mean, they're reliable. Like, they have their style, but they're not bringing the fire. It's like they're sitting in there waiting to be picked by someone. Like the girls doing all the work, and also a small Hannah, like the Aries one. She's just she's just an Aries woman, like being too self-centered. It's all about her. Like, and honestly, I don't see her like an Aries woman, because I know Aries women and they are not like this. Probably she has like a moon in water or something, because she's a mix of being too sensitive to being too blunt, like almost sounding like she's very egotistic. Like, it's all about her. Like, she goes on a date with the other guy to talk about the other guy. So I was like, wow, you're so childish. Like you, like, this guy is choosing you to go on a date with you, and you take the opportunity to ask him about shamanism because he's a shaman, but you're not asking him to know about him. You're asking him because you want to know about Honjo, about the other guy. They should make an astrology dating show, dates with their ideal type and the worst possible match. Following around Sujun like a puppy would irritate me though. Yeah, yeah. People were like, "Oh, I will feel so sorry that he is alone." But honestly, he was like following her around, and I understand, because if you only like one person, and you're like, I'm only interested in leaving this show with her. But it's like, you can also like do some social with others, like, um, and also I think that Soyeon, honestly, is Suyeon, the pretty shaman. I like her personality. I like how she is, but I think that um, she has this that she touches the men. Like, I'm like, like, I understand that you are laughing, because I know people that does this. That they reach out to you, they touch you, they are very touching, like, literally. But I'm like, why do you do that all the time? Like, I'm like, Mike, if you're a water sign, not fun. Yeah. I think that we need more water signs in the show, because honestly, like, this Aries girl freaking out, um, and like, you try to empathize, being like, oh, maybe she's emotional, like she's crying, she's going through confusion, whatever. But at the same time, like, there's something about her Aries nature that you're like, but what did you expect? If you are so self-centered in your own pain that you're not actually seeing the reality of the bond. You're only focusing on what benefits you at the end. You go out with Ijul, but you talk about the other guy that you like. Like, you go out with him, but then when you have to choose, you put the other guy's name. So see, I mean, she keeps going on dates with Hijul. And now she's starting to give up on Honju because Honju disagree with her. So she's like, oh yeah, I'm not interested in him anymore. Yeah, because he disagree with you. He disagree with you and you didn't like that. So, and now it's all about, oh, now I appreciate Ijul. But I do appreciate Ijul's, he did sort of let her know that he's seen what is going on. Like, he knows that probably she says that she's not going to pick the other guy, but probably at the end keep keep like, I like Iju's maturity, because I know that he's very interested in small Hannah. I know, you can tell that he's so interested. But at the same time, he's like, I know I'm not her first option. Even though she claims that she's choosing me because she likes me, it's not the same. When the other guy is around, she's like all over the other guy, even when she tries to fight it. And what else did I want to say? But also, I don't think that she, like, and this is one thing that Yuna said to Iju, that I found it very interesting what she said to him. When he described her, she asked her, like, how was your date with Small Hannah? And he was like, oh, yeah, we were talking because she had some issues, Small Hannah had some issues. So we were talking, I was listening to her, about what she went through. And Yuna said to him, she was like, oh, so like a teacher student. And he's like, no, not so much like this. I loved when Yuna called him out because actually, yeah, he's interested. Definitely, he's interested in Small Hannah, and probably he's going to keep choosing her if he has the opportunity. But the reason why he keeps being an option for Small Hannah is because he's so pendant on her. And instead of him talking to her from man to woman, he's more talking to her like from a perspective of a teacher to a student or a teacher to a pupil. Like, oh, me as a spiritual person, I sense that you're going through this. And he's sort of using, that psychological speech, to sort of trying to be like, to be there for her, to help her, but also to attract her. And of course, that Small Hannah doesn't have much, like, self-esteem. So she has the guy that she likes, that she thinks that guy doesn't like her that much, that he prefers others. And then she has this guy that is so pendant on her. So she's like, oh, okay, I guess I will choose the guy that is more pendant. But I don't think that in their interaction there's this feeling of, like, you are choosing me for what you feel when you are with me. You are only feeling better because I'm sort of being like a psychologist, a therapist, like a spiritual consultant of yours. He even read tarot for her. He even pulled cards for her. He did a lot for her because, oh, I wanted to make sure that you were okay. But she's a grown-up woman. She's not a child. But she acts like a child. And he feels like, okay, I have to protect her. I have to, give her a feedback. But yeah, it sounds like it's not from a man to a woman. It's much more like from a wise man, or like from a spiritual wise man to a woman that is lost in her ways. Yeah. Maybe she has a Cancer moon. He may like that person but make a decisive move, so she feels something. Otherwise, it can seem creepy. But so far, she's doing okay leading on both guys. Ijul even did a reading for her. Yeah, like he does. They all kind of like children. Yeah. I agree. But it makes sense because, I like Ijul and Small Hannah because both of them are Aries. So I love it because in their dates, you see that they're actually, like, their energies is moving. They are self-actualizing themselves. They are moving. It's not that awkward. But at the same time, I think that Small Hannah just pities herself so much. It's like she's looking for this validation. She's like looking for Ijul to tell her like, oh, everyone is wrong in the house, but you were right. What you did was amazing. Like, you are the real one in here. Like, I'm sorry that the whole house was against you and you were left alone or you ran away. Like, I want you to know that I'm with you. But yeah, no, but they are very childish. Yeah, I like Yuna. My favorite is Yuna. I cannot believe that woman is not the black rat. For me, I was like so sure she was the Sagittarius one. I don't see Big Hannah as a Sagittarius. She's too serious to be a Sagittarius. Like, she looks weird. Like, her energy feels very weird. Her energy feels very old at the same time. Even when she goes on dates with men, she looks older than them, and not in the cute way. I cannot believe she's a Sagittarius. She gives me bad vibes. Like, she doesn't give me energetic vibes. She gives me like very, and at first I thought she was the Capricorn one. No, I don't know. There's something about her that I'm like, I don't like her. I don't like her. Like I think that she's also very manipulative. Like, yeah, no, I know they can be serious. Of course they can be serious. But there's something about her just being like, there's the way she looks at people, very disapproving, very condescending. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Like, I think that there's something inside her that she feels superior to the others, and this is why she cannot connect. I don't know. That's what I got. Yeah. Maybe she has a lot of Capricorn or other placements. Yeah, she looked like, yeah, like rough, like tough to get to know. Like, even though she wants to, she's so rigid. Her energy feels so rigid. Like, I don't know, even when she tries to smile or laugh, it sounds so forced. So forced. Like, or it's better when they are serious, because sometimes they lack it so much that they don't take anything serious. You're presented with a judgmental Sagittarius. Yeah, but she's weird. I swear I thought that she was the Capricorn one, because I was like, she looks like an old lady. She looks like an old lady. And the other one, Yuna, I was like, that's the Sagittarius one, because she's more smiley, more like, but I don't know. Well, they sort of changed that at the beginning, so I don't know, maybe all of them are changed and we don't know yet. Okay, I'm going to go back to my work. Sorry, guys. No. Okay. For actor Gong Yoo, we start with the Ace of Cups, Five of Pentacles, the Hermit in the middle, Seven of Cups, and Page of Swords. And we have the Wheel of Fortune, cycles. Why is this man so hermit? He literally, for me, I get the hermit vibe. Probably this man doesn't leave his house unless it's very necessary. And probably it has to do with work. and nothing else. And honestly, when it comes to work, I think that yeah, he has been doing some things, but actually he doesn't feel like that. He doesn't feel like like probably when it comes to projects, he is not like that satisfied with the outcome. I don't know if he had like some past projects and he was like so invested in them and he was so creative and so motivated to do them, but at the end it didn't come out very well. So he is a bit like disconnected from like creativity. He's like but he indeed, he is a loner. With the hermit, I think that there's something about him just not living like normal people, I would say. Even though I know that he's famous and he probably, because he's famous, sometimes being the hermit maybe is the best way of life that you can achieve, so people don't get into your personal affairs. But honestly, I think that the guy is alone. Is alone, and also probably has a pet. Like he has animals. Like he has his pets, and that's it. Like for him, it's like this is life. This is life. So I don't know about projects because I can sort of see him like, trying to review some options. He probably can get a few calls like, we have this for you or we have this. But I think that honestly, he probably, I don't think that he was like depressed or anything. But I think that emotionally he had, I don't know if he lost someone or if he went through some kind of disconnection in his connections with someone meaningful. But I think that he is a bit emotionally he hasn't been doing well. Probably he lost people that he cared very much of those people. So he is, or probably he's just like he put a lot of expectation on this bond, but there's something lacking. There's something lacking. I think that he's like, I wish things were more things were more safe in this industry. I think that he's a guy that he's very wise, definitely. If he hides or if he doesn't show parts of himself, is for the better. He knows. He's very wise. He knows that this is the way to live the proper life for him. He doesn't want to be invaded. He doesn't want to, open the doors of his house so people can look at what's inside or how does he live, if he's rich, if he's poor. He just is not. But I think that something happened around him that really, like, it sort of broke his possibility to love again or to trust again. He's disappointed. He's disappointed at something. I think that he's disappointed at the industry in general. Something happened. This is why he's sort of keeping to himself, because he's like, the people that I thought that they were my friends, they are not my friends. Or, I lost some friends in the way, so now I think that, I better just take care of myself. I don't have the patience anymore. I don't have the drive to go and just like entertain people, and show up here and there and being like very active. And also I think that probably what they offer him, he doesn't connect. It's like, or they don't offer him much money. This also. Maybe the offers, like, in paper, they sound like they seem very, very cool, but when it comes to resources or what they want to offer him, he's like, really? This is how much you want to pay me? So he's like, okay, I pass, thank you. But yeah, the Seven of Cups and the Page of Swords, maybe by the end of the year or, in a few months, he's going to start again, like working on something new. Because we have the Seven of Cups, so there's more ideas coming. At the beginning, he had one that actually I think that one was a failure. He was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Probably at the beginning he said yes and he was excited, but then he was like, it's not good for me. No, just let me be by myself and review my options. And definitely he will choose between some of these options. He will, and he will start preparing himself again to go out, to be seen. So he's not going to remain in the hermit mode for so long. Probably he is at this point that I'm reading, he is in this hermit mode, but he's going to go out. But he's going to go out because he has much more like projects. You know, there's something about him having much more options. This is why he's going out. But if it was up to him, he would stay indoors. There's something about him like wanting to be MIA. He just wants to be anonymous. I think that this is the way he prefers. And also with the Wheel of Fortune cycles. It definitely, this card shows that we are all in constant movement and change. So for him, the hermit is like a process. You know, he is immersed in this process. It's not going to last forever. It's not that he's going to stay like that for a while, but you know, eventually he's going to close the cycle and start all over. He's going to start all over in something new. Definitely. It's something that he feels like much more passionate, you know, because I feel like he's like, okay, the project that I'm going to do next, it has to be something that is so exciting that it gets me out of my cave. If I don't feel the need to get out of my comfort zone or get out of my cave and my routine, then it's not for me. You know, then I have to feel the calling. I have to feel it. Yeah. Yeah. But also I think that he probably wants a project. He got the Four of Swords. He probably wants a project, or he wants to be involved in the project that doesn't give him much headache. He's like, you know, I don't want to get involved in some messy things, you know, that I want to be in a project that is very clear from day one. If you cannot offer me like something like stable, he doesn't want it. Like, and also when he got the Seven of Cups in here, I think that there's something about this actors industry lately that probably is full of scammers, or is full of people, or I don't know if it's producers, directors, the people that write these projects, that they are liars, or that they are discussing, they are sort of like selling you a fantasy. You know, of course that is stealing an idea in a draft, so it can look like a fantasy, like, but I think that he's like, don't make me waste my time. If this is not good, or if you don't have the means to do this, then don't call me. Like, call me once you have the stability, and then I will join. But if it's because of words and like, oh, I heard someone told me, someone recommended me to you, like, I think that he is like, I'm not an amateur. I don't want to get, why do I feel like he doesn't want to get into a scandal? This is why he's in the hermit mode. He doesn't want, and he has been avoiding getting to a scandal for a very long time, because I have this. The five and the ace. I think that he is very, like I said, he's very disappointed at how people in this industry are behaving. So I wonder what is going on in the actors scene. I think that he's a very wise man. Definitely he knows things. I think that he knows who to work with and who to avoid. But I think that he's like, you're not going to get me into any scandals if I can avoid it. If I can, like, you know, review it properly, I will not jeopardize my career for just for a moment of fame or a moment of recognition. You know, he's like, I'm too old for that. But I think that something is going on between actors, because he's so suspicious. He's like, yeah, this sounds great, but I don't know. I will review it and I will come back and I will let you know. But yeah, it feels heavy. It feels heavy. It feels like it's not that simple as, yeah, I will join this. It's complex. Ah, he has a movie out soon. Oh, really? That's why he and Lee don't work as friends. But he's a very wise man. But he's been very picky because his business sounds very shady. Okay, I'm going to continue with Kiss of Life, Belle. Very hardworking. Yeah. For Kiss of Life, Belle, we have the Ten of Swords, the Knight of Wands, the Eight of Pentacles, Judgment, and the Star. And we have the card from the other deck. We have the Strength card. So yeah, definitely she's hanging in there. I think that she's a very strong girl. She's a very strong girl. She went through something. She went through something in the past. Like we have the Ten of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So she is a warrior. There's something about her overcoming maybe her own doubts or her own maybe criticism, or maybe just feeling anxious about the future, about like, okay, what is going on with my career? Like I'm worried I'm not enough. But I think that she was able, she's very passionate. She's a warrior inside. And I think that she's like, okay, I have to dissipate the clouds. I have to be better. I have to take action. I cannot be seated and just feeling sorry for myself. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So definitely she's perfectioning her skills. She's working on herself. Maybe in the past she has some doubts about, her potential. How can I be better? How can I be better at this? Now that everyone is looking at me like I want to be better. She's a bit obsessed with being better and better and better. I can sort of see her being a bit obsessed with results. But I think that, yeah, in the future we have the Judgment and the Star. So I think that these cards are very interesting because it sort of shows an evolution. I think that she has the potential to shine with the group. But at the same time, with the Judgment card, I think that also it shows you the other side of being famous or of being celebrated or being popular. I think that it's like, if you are famous, you probably are going to be judged at the same time. Yeah, there's going to be love. There's going to be moments where you can shine, moments where people recognize your value, but there's also going to be moments where you're going to feel like at the edge of people judging you or just like giving you maybe like not so good feedback. So I think that she has to sort of get in peace with the idea that probably there's going to be moments where people are going to be awful and people are going to say, you know, just very sharp comments that probably she's very sensitive and she's like, but you know, I did my best, or our group is doing the best we can. Why are you saying that about us? You know, so I think that definitely the stardom or the star quality is in there. Definitely. Definitely. But at the same time, there could be moments where people can get a bit judgmental about some aspects of them as a group or of her individually, where she's like, but why? If we are doing everything accordingly to, you know, to what is expected of us, like we are perfection in ourselves, you know, we are very hardworking, like how come people, you know, like instead of congratulating us, they are saying all these mean things. Or they are maybe picking all these things like, oh, I don't like this about this group, or oh, look what this group did. You know, so she has to sort of find a balance between, you know, the exposure of being celebrated on one side, but also criticized on the other side. It's like you will get both. Actually, you will get both, and I think that she doesn't have to. She has to keep with this warrior mentality. She cannot be like, oh, like, you know, do not take it seriously. She has to learn, but she's very focused on working. So I think that she will not have like intrusive, you know, thoughts about like, oh, okay, what are they saying? Because she's busy working. Probably she and the rest of the members are working. So you know, it's not like the girl has free time. But at the same time, maybe she has this inner conflict with like, oh, now that we are doing better or that we are doing great, actually we are also getting much more hate. So it is like this duality and having to adapt that, yeah, there's people that are going to love it and there's people that are going to be very just picky. But then the card of the last card is a strength card that it says compassion. So the strength card also, I think that this keyword of compassion is letting her know that she has to be more compassionate with herself. I think that she is a bit harsh on herself, I would say, because I see this Eight of Swords. So I could sort of see her being a bit like maybe obsessed with results or obsessed with being better and better and better, that, you know, maybe she has to slow down a bit, you know, trying to be better and better and better. Maybe she's too harsh on herself. She's too harsh. I know that she's hardworking, but, you know, maybe she's like doing too much, you know, to sort of not come back to this mindset. She's like trying too hard to avoid coming back to this. She's working like compulsively, I would say. And the card of compassion is like, you know, be more gentle to yourself. You are doing the best you can. You are doing the best you can. You are brave. You know, you are doing better. So be compassionate for yourself. Don't be so harsh. You know, don't be so harsh. Like, don't take it too seriously. Like, you are strong. Hermes Bachelor. Yeah. She's very hardworking, but I think that she can get a bit obsessed with results or be with perfection. No, I have to be perfect. No, I have to be, you know, and it's like slow down a bit, you know, be gentle with yourself. Don't push yourself to the limits. Okay, I'm going to continue with TWS Shinyu. Shinyu. TWS. Wait, guys, I'm going to write it down in the chat so you know who I'm talking about. It's my first time reading for him, so yeah. Wait, guys, I'm going to close this window. Wait, I'm going to do. Okay, I had to close it because it actually, like, I left one open and it got very windy and the wind was sort of hitting me in the head and I was like, where is this come from? Okay, for this member, we start with the King of Wands. We have the Eight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles came in reverse. 4 of Cups, Knight of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. And he got the card of the Hermit. Again, it says seek truth. It's very interesting that, because I don't remember having reversals, but he got this Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So there's something that tells me that probably this guy is maybe too excited. There's something about his energy being very, like, maybe wanting to advance faster in his career. There's something about him wanting to skip certain processes. I think that he's not very patient. He's actually, I would say, he's very ambitious, you know, because he starts with this, with the King of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So there's something about him just being maybe very ambitious, and him seeing himself, I don't know how old he is, but he sees himself as someone that is very mature or someone that has already gone through a lot of things in his career. So he's like, okay, like, I have the experience, I have the talent, so yeah, I don't want to wait. Like, why you guys keep me waiting? Like, I'm actually, it's my destiny to actually do greater things, you know. And we have also the Four of Swords, not the Four of Swords, the Four of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So yeah, I think that he is probably asking the company, or he's asking his people to, I don't know, to, I think he wants to be more active in his career. There's something about him probably being a bit bored and him wanting to, like, do something different. But also the 10 of Pentacles, it says that maybe it has to do with the company. I think that did they have a comeback with this group? Did they debuted already? Because I don't know much about this group. But I see him like he wants to be promoted more, or he's just much more ambitious. I see him like much more, his energy is a bit like, like he is relentless. He's like, you know, I already know what I want to do or where I'm going. I'm bored. Like, give me more, give me something to do, give me more to do. And also with the hermit, he's a very interesting person, because even though I see all this action and I can sort of see him like being, you know, a bit, you know, he has a strong temper, or maybe the way he says things, you know, it seems like he moves his body a lot, or he can be intimidating even, his energy. But also the hermit is like, he probably is not that talkative. Like, he doesn't express that much what he wants to express. Like, probably he's an enigma for people, because it seems like he has this silent attitude where people are like, you know, he's not that happy. He's not. I think that he doesn't want to keep waiting. He wants to do more. And there's a lot of promises in here, but there's a lot of love. He definitely is getting the love. I don't know if he's one of the popular ones, but the love he's getting. But he's like, you know, I want more stability. I want to do better. I want to do more with my career. But also the hermit, I think that there's also, maybe he has times where it's not easy to talk to him, or maybe to get him to have an agreement or things. I think that he keeps things to himself, and then he gets frustrated when he doesn't get what he wants. So he is a very complex person. I think that he has a very complex personality. He doesn't have much more patience. But I think that with the Ten of Pentacles at the end, he could actually get his opportunity to shine a bit more. Maybe this is what he wants. He wants more individual opportunities, or I see him going somewhere. I see him like building a stability, or building or having much more activities that he can call like, okay, it's a routine. But at the same time, he is a mystery. I think that I don't know, maybe if you are a fan, maybe you can tell me. I think that he's very wise, he's very intelligent, but he's also like very complex to understand. His energy feels very contradictory. And I think that even though we try to understand where he comes from, he is so complex that we never get it right, you know, because maybe today we're like, oh, he is like this, but tomorrow he changes. He changes, and he changes because he has two knights. You know, in the middle he has the Knight of Pentacles, and then he turns into the Knight of Cups. So if you sort of give him something to do, his energy starts feeling much more loving and playful, and just much more like, I think that he also loves to flirt, or maybe he loves to seduce people. And he's like, you know, I have it. I have all the potential here. Like, use me. Like, I want to work. I think that he definitely wants to work. He's bored. He's bored. He wants to do more, and he's super ambitious. But I think that also with the card, the Hermit, you know, I think that probably him being very silent in moments of tension maybe can be a bit of, I don't know if people actually can get the wrong idea of his, or it can lead to miscommunication between the members, because I think that he's brave for showing with his body where he wants to go, but probably when it has to do with, you know, having some certain conversations, he's very like like you don't understand what he's talking about. You know, he keeps things to himself. Probably even he's angry and he doesn't talk to you. So you're like, what is going on with that person? What is going on? Also, he gave me a headache. He gave me a headache. I was like, he's intense. He's 20? Oh my God. He's 20. I'm going to continue with this member, with Dohoon. Oh my. The last one? Or Shinyu? Shinyu. Okay. For Dohoon. For TWS, and if some fans are in here, and if you know how it's pronounced, TWS, please tell me. Educate me, please. Okay, Dohoon. he also got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. not just Shinyu. He also got the he also got it. He also got it. So probably he also feels like he could, skip some steps. He's like, I don't have the patience. Like, can we advance with this already? Why are these people so, it's not excited. It's much more like, like I want to do more. Like I want to show my abilities more. For him, we start with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Strength card. We have the Chariot, Seven of Swords, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. And from this other deck, we have a Page of Pentacles that says practicality. So again, it's all matters of I think that this member hides more. What is going on in these members and not saying the truth or hiding some things? First of all, he obviously is like feels the sentiment of feeling like he wants to rush some processes. He also feels it. But we have the Strength card, so he's much more wise. He's like, okay, I have to, even though I feel impatient myself, I sort of have to hush, or I have to not say anything, or I have to endure it. I have to be brave, I have to endure it because this is how we're going to be working, or this is how things are going to be here. So I can kind of like, I'm sacrificing my, like there's something about him not wanting to wait anymore or not wanting to be that passive anymore. He feels like things are going slow in his career, but he's like trying to be the sensible one and be like, okay, I will wait, I will not complain, I will remain a very, decent and stable person. And in the middle, we have the Chariot. So definitely there's going to be advances for him. And maybe it has to do with the group. He's like, okay, this is why I'm remaining in silent. This is why I'm trying to not rush or not get anxious about things, because I know that things are moving for us. But he has also a part where he's like, I know that we also have some delays, and I have to admit, I also don't like it. But in the end, he's advancing, or at least when it comes to his popularity or the way he's been received by the audience, or if he has fans, he's sort of seeing it like, thank God I didn't explode. Thank God I'm still patient, because actually I'm seeing advances in my career. Like he's advancing. His personality feels much more like he's just going with what's available. And he's like, okay, this is not perfect, but at least I feel like we're going somewhere. But then we have the Seven of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So this is why I'm like, what is going on with the double speech? Or what is going on with the group? Maybe if some of you are fans, maybe you know if there's something hidden about the group, or is there something that is not that clear about the group's activities, or maybe there's some parts where you're like, oh, we are supposed to get this from the group, but we didn't get it at the end. I see a lot of confusion in here. A lot of confusion and a lot of like, like a bit of escapism. Like, I think that maybe he probably is going to get a bit disappointed, because I think that probably things are moving, but they're not that great yet. Maybe they will have to sort of like hide some information, or they will have to skip certain activities, just not say that much, or maybe you know, promise people this, but at the end it's not going anywhere. Wow. But yeah, I think that he's much more stable than the other member, definitely, because he has the Page of Pentacles, that is his practicality. So for him, it's like he's thinking, trying to remain optimistic, and he's like, well, at least we are, you know, gaining this, or we had gained this. So I'm kind of satisfied. Maybe this is not like, oh, amazing or perfect, but yeah, but with these cards, I would be like, guys, don't trust anyone. Don't trust anyone around you, because I don't know why I feel like there's someone that could be lying to them. I feel it like he's trying to be the mature one, or he's trying to be the rational one and be like, oh, these are processes, you know, this is normal because we are just starting or whatever, you know. But I think that there's some dishonesty here. There's something like that is not, or probably they're like, oh, you know, we're supposed to go here, and at the end we're not going to go. Yeah, I see a lot of illusion, promises, but honestly, but I think that he's so pro company. Like he's so like supportive of whatever the company decides, because we end we end. Is he an earth sign? Is he an earth sign? Because we end with the Page of Pentacles. That is his practicality. He sees it more from the place of business. He's like, well, these things happen. You know, this is part of, you know, sometimes you advance and sometimes you have to, you know, you have to go back. Like, you know, he's not that, like the other one that actually is much more intense. It's like, like, you know, you promised me that I would be bigger, or I would have much more to do, and I feel like, you know, I feel a bit stuck. But yeah, I feel like this member is trying to see the practical side and being understanding, being like, well, it's processes, you know, it's normal. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm going to read for this group for UNIS. Yeah, it seems so uncertain. The Page of the Knight of Pentacles in reverse is following these groups. Like it didn't came up before, but now it came up. Like it came up for her as well. Like, what is going on with this group? With this group UNIS? I mean, yeah, they're advancing at the same time, but we start with the Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Six of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and we have at the end Knight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Chariot, momentum. So yeah, I mean, the good thing is that the group in the middle, we have the Six of Wands. So definitely, yeah, like they have the potential. Probably they are celebrating now. In this year, they're celebrating something, but they definitely come from a lot of suffering. We have the Three of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Definitely, I don't know if it's that they deciding to stay or to remain together. It sort of created a lot of heartache, and a lot of disappointment. Like probably things were not easy for them, and I think that there's something about them probably like being holding on so tight for so long that it's like, them being able to work and just I don't know, I don't know. I believe they debuted already. So they see it. They see the present as a present. Literally, they see the present as an opportunity. It's like, look where we are right now. I'm happy. I'm celebrating. Yeah, UNIS. UNIS. But at the same time, we have the Eight of Cups and we have this page. So could it be that maybe some member wants to leave? Could it be? Yeah. Yeah, it's like it seems like now they feel victorious, but then it's like I see the cards and I'm like, the past was so painful and the future looks very uncertain. I see a bit of like, like they will have to put a lot of willpower to, like there's something about them having to probably resign to a lot of things, to sort of continue, because it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Like, and probably they don't have much time also to keep advancing in their career. But the last card is the Chariot, guys. So it's all about this is why it says momentum, because it's all about embracing the moment. Maybe what they are living at the moment is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to show themselves. Maybe the future, I don't see a stability. I could see some people resigning. I could see some people giving up. But maybe this moment, this Six of Wands and also the Chariot, that is like, make the most of it. You are building an opportunity. You never know how you can use it in the future. But yeah, as a group, I see it very, very blocked. I see their path very. I see como. And also they are very disappointed. Like emotionally, maybe they are a bit drained because it's so tough to keep it going. I don't know. I feel like Hope. I believe Hope was the one that was mentioning. Like you said, Hope. It seems challenging for groups from smaller agencies, and I can kind of agree because like there's something about them. Yeah, it's like when you have a good day, and then then everything is not great. So you don't know where you're standing, and it seems like it's a lottery. It's not something stable. Then you're like, okay, we will recover eventually. I think that their energies feel like, okay, let's make the most of it today. Tomorrow we don't know. And it seems very black, their future. It seems very and I think that they have to act right away, but at the same time, there's people that maybe emotionally they are already giving up because probably they are tired. They're emotionally they are drained or they are exhausted. So it's like feeling like giving up because nothing is easy for them. It's so. I also feel it in me. It's so exhausting to be them. It seems like they're fighting. They literally are fighting to survive, to stay relevant, I would say. In the present, they are doing well. Like they are celebrating something. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Okay. We're going to continue for this group, Young Posse. Yeah, well, for this group, Young Posse, I can sort of see their managers in here. Their managers, like, sort of like working together, like a woman and a man. But the girls also feel very tired already. The girls feel very tired already. Like, probably they're, I don't know, are they working a lot? They feel very pressured. We start for Young Posse, we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords today also came out a lot, and the Four of Cups. So, yeah, and from the other deck, they got the Three of Cups that it says community. Yeah, definitely they are together because probably they have a good chemistry with the members, and also probably with these people, like these managers of them, or these CEOs, or these people that manages them, a man and a woman. They seem very present in their careers, so probably like they are like the ones that are very present for the girls. I believe it's a girl group. I don't know. But honestly, the girls are very tired. I don't know what did they went through. They also came from a survival show, because they just feel so drained already, so tired, so exhausted, so exhausted. They feel, I think that it's like they feel the pressure. You know, there's a lot of expectations, and I honestly think that there's a lot of pressure because probably the girls have a lot of potential. So in this case, I think that it's not like, oh, poor me, that I am being demanded a lot of. I think that it has to do because probably they are very talented, or I don't know if it has to do with them moving a lot, or if they have their bodies, like they have a certain way of dancing or performing, that it takes a lot of their energies. So when you are that good, you have to keep up, you know, you have to keep the energy up. They are very exhausted. They are very exhausted. And also I think that there's something about them also probably not wanting to give up at the same time. I think that they are very prideful. They are like, okay, yeah, I'm exhausted. We are exhausted, but I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up. It's really hard for us, but I'm not giving up. And the Page of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yeah, there could be a member, someone that actually is feeling a bit apathic, that is sort of reviewing like, okay, is this what I want? Is this what I really want? Someone that is not 100% like, probably because of exhaustion and because of all the expectation that is not the audience. I wouldn't say like the audience have expectations of them. It's these two people that are here. These two people that are here. That I wouldn't be surprised if these two people were someone's parents as well. You know, the grown-ups in the girl's life. Not just CEO and managers. I just googled it. They're from the same company as Card. Not from survival show. Very hip-hop. Tough girl vibes. Yeah. Yeah, it must be because they come with a passion, but they are very tired. Like I don't know why it gives me like someone that is very energetic and they put a lot of themselves. So yeah, at the end, it's the same vibe that I used to get when I used to read for ATs. Like remember that ATs has these very passionate performers, you know, and everything. And the cards are always like, you know, be careful to not burn yourself down, like do not reach a burnout, like take care of yourself. You know, there could be a comeback or two where you can slow down a bit, because it's like, yeah, we know you, that you are from this very passionate way of performing, but please take care of yourself and your body, and sort of administrate better your energies, because you're going to get burn out very soon, very soon. But there's a member here. There's a member that is not very is not very satisfied. She could actually say something. Yeah. Could it be that one of them is going to hiatus or something like this? Because we have the Eight of Wands, so definitely there's something about a news about this member. About this member. Yeah, I see these two people just being very present in their career. I wonder who these are. It's a woman and a man. But yeah, the good thing is that they have the Three of Cups, so there's a sense of community. This is why the keyword here is community. Definitely, the girls are not alone. Like, this is why, like, these people here, even though they can be part of the company, and this is because of you know, they represent them, like they care that the girls do well. There's a sense of community as well. The girls are part of a community. They are not isolated. They are not alone. They are not like being left to their luck. They definitely have the community. So if they are so tired, it doesn't mean that, oh, you know, they are burned out already, or they are so exhausted they are going to quit. No. But I think that probably, you know, maybe there could be a member that is going through something that she has to sort of reveal it. Either it's a health condition or something, she has to talk about it, and maybe they have to sort of send a statement. But definitely, I think that these girls, they have a community, and probably if they have fans, or if they're starting to build their fandom, this is a very loving community. The Three of Cups is all about collaboration. So this is the good thing about this group, that the girls are not alone, even though their energy feels very tough. Their energy feels very masculine, I would even say, because they are tough. They are like all about like a strong, you know, a strong expression. You know, they use their bodies a lot. And they have this very strong energy. But yeah, it's demanding. It's demanding to show this level of passion, I would say. You know, it drains you from time to time. But I think that they have the potential to do very well, because they have community. They have people around them that can take care of them. And also they can take care of themselves. Like among themselves, like they can take care. And also, like I said, these two people that are here, like they are not negative. They are just there to sort of, maybe it could be like an older sister and an older man, like and an older guy, like brothers, like older brother or the older sister, other groups maybe trying to look out for the girls and be like, you know, guys, like, you know, I have been doing this for a lot of years. Let me help you. I want to know how you guys are doing. You know, maybe this gives like older brother, older sister vibe also. Someone from the company. But definitely they are very present. They are very present. And probably they are present because they are seeing this. They are seeing this Ten of Wands, that probably the girls are already tired, or they are probably they feel very pressured to do this. So they probably put a lot of energy out, and then they are left with nothing, and they are not using their energy correctly, so they get tired easily. I'm going to continue with Itzy, with Leah Itzy, now that she's coming back. Also, she's a Cancer. She's a Cancer woman. So yeah, I believe she's a Cancer. I believe she is. Let's see this 2024 for her. She is? Ah, okay. Yeah, she's coming back with all the forces. Eh? She's coming back with all the force. Okay. For Leah, we start with the Two of Cups, Eight of Wands, Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, and Four of Cups. And we have from the other deck, we have the card of King of Pentacles, Wealth. So yeah, actually this, with the King of Pentacles, I think that this, her coming back, probably it could mean a lot of, like, not just recovering the stability of the group, but it can also mean like the sales are going to go up. So I can sort of see a bit of like prosperity, like, or stability in the outcomes thanks to Leah being back. Maybe she has like a very loyal fandom that, you know, that they probably didn't get, like, or they were waiting for some content of hers, even though she was gone. And now that she's back, you know, people are going to buy a lot of things that has to do with Leah or something like this, or Leah content, or just Leah merchandising in general. So she's going to do well. But yeah, I think that this is very loving, you know, the two of Cups and the Eight of Wands. That is like the news that she's coming back with the group. You know, definitely this brought a lot of joy to her and the others. Definitely she's very connected. She's also feeling very emotional, very grateful to the people that had been supporting her. And she feels like in a rush. She definitely wants to come back. She wants to come back very soon. She's very thankful to the people that had been there for her. She's just like, her heart is full. She's receiving the love, you know, she's also giving back the love. But yeah, the Knight of Swords also, like, expect probably Leah being a bit much more sharp. You know, probably Leah just being much more like, you know, even though she has all this love in her heart, probably there could be some instances where you do see her being a bit much more tough, or when she talks, she sounds a bit much more assertive than in the past. So there's a change of attitude in Leah. Definitely she probably went through a lot, like, mentally. So she's not holding back. Now she's not like sugarcoating anything. She's also like I think that she has a sort of clarity of what she wants to communicate, and she's not going to remain silent anymore. There's something about her just like being very honest, you know, and maybe people would be like, like, what is going on with this Leah? Like, what is this energy? Like, what is going on with her? But it has to do that maybe she has some comments, or maybe she cannot wait to answer to some people. Like she's like sort of waiting, like if there's some haters or if there's some people that want to talk bad about the group, it's like she cannot wait to give them an answer. It's like, okay, if you come for the group, you're coming for me. I'm here to defend them. So yeah, she's feeling very stimulated mentally. So probably her responses are going to be very sharp, very, very fast. And you'll be like, whoa, like definitely she's very like, she's different, you know. But probably it has to do that she had a lot of time to reflect on herself. And maybe, I don't know, maybe part of her healing journey it has to do when speaking up about, certain things that you don't like or that you don't feel comfortable with. Just say them, just say them, and don't avoid the confrontation. Just say and be spontaneous and okay. I don't know how they do it when you're an idol, because idols have so much restrictions in the way they express themselves. But I can sort of see a savage Leah coming back. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Cups, definitely a very a passionate new beginning for her in the group. But honestly, like, I see her very, just very passionate. She really wants to do this. I see her putting the energy. But honestly, I think that she is still, like, with the Four of Cups, I think that this is a long journey for her. Maybe she could have a bit of moments where she can seem a bit apathic again. So I think that this is not just like the end of maybe Leah going back to having some moments where she's not that present, or where she feels like she's disconnecting a bit. So I think that also the fans or maybe people around her should like I believe they will take care of her. When you start seeing her like she's sort of like being quiet and just like not being that present, or just being a bit, acting like as if she's absent or she's losing energy, that's when they need to sort of react right away and sort of being like, okay, like, you go over there, I will do this. I think that she's not entirely like over. She could have some moments of apathy, but I think that she will adapt very well. And honestly, since like I believe she's going to be very honest about what she's going through. And there's something about her just being very brave and being like, yeah, this is something that I have to deal with every day. It's not something that magically go away. It's not that it went away and that's it, like I'm brand new. No, it's something that like I can have moments where I feel super excited and proactive, and I'm like, I want to run here and there, and then I have moments where I just want to sleep. So you will have to adapt seeing her like that, and not also attribute different, like, oh, what is going on with her, if we know what she's going through. So honestly, I don't see people talking about her. Honestly, no. I think that people already know, they understand. Probably there's people that have been educated about this, about what she has. So it's like they're like, okay, this is what happens. So we have to be patient with her and sort of adapt. When we see her low in energy, we sort of like, we take her a bit away from the spotlight, and we are like, okay, go and recover, But definitely she's going to be very successful. She's going to bring a lot of wealth. So yeah, very, very, very good for Leah. I'm happy for her. She definitely is, she is a warrior, definitely. She's a totally water girly. Yeah. Yeah, Pisces moons sometimes they have so many things. Like they have this wonderful intuition, but at the same time, sometimes like they need this help. They need this help. They need someone to grab them and be like, come back, don't go too far, come back. So yeah. But I'm glad that she's doing well, and also that it's like everyone around her, even the fans, everyone, I believe, is going to collaborate with her and how she's dealing with this. But I honestly, with the Knight of Swords, I think that also probably she doesn't want to be babied, I would say. There's something about her just not wanting to be babied, I would say. Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. This has been a very long day of me ranting with talking and also with some carpooling. But yeah, I'm going to go and get some rest because I don't know if it's the poster or what, but I have like, again, I have like some back pain. Probably it's because I'm like very far away. I don't know if it's because I put the phone a bit far away, but maybe because I'm not using the chair right, that I'm just like being like this. But yeah, the the chair the chair is okay. Is the right level. But I don't know. I think that I just tense myself so much in here. I have to work on this. I have to work on my posture. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being here and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Okay, thank you. Bye.